Imagine going to a Best Buy and you have no idea what is playing at that kiosk over there, but you see some anthropomorphic creatures running around with some rad guitars shredding. You see a really edgy looking guy who might be using some sort of rollerblade? I don't know. He looks cool all the same. But look at all these characters. You've never seen them before. This guy is so cool. He's grinding down a pole. He grinded on some sort of fence thing on a highway. This guy continues to grind. You have no idea what this is. You hear this live and learn twice in a row. These two characters just clash with each other and you just see the title screen, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Now you're interested. You want to play the game at this kiosk. That's basically how my first experience ever with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was. I was at a Circuit City, and they were demoing this game, and I was instantly mesmerized. Let's get started.
File select. Story select.
We'll start with Hero, and we'll move on to Dark later.
Sigma Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're en route. Everything's a go.
This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
That's a 10-4. Cargo secured on board and... What?
Didn't
The
copy
Hedgehog
that.
is
Over.
gone. He's taken out everyone aboard.
Turns out Sonic is a mass murderer. He just killed a lot of policemen, and now he's dangling out the side of a helicopter.
What are you doing? Get that Hedgehog.
He's also got handcuffs on. This guy is our protagonist, ladies and gentlemen.
No food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
And there he goes, off to run with his metal slab that almost resembles a surfboard, or a snowboard even. And as Sonic plummets to his inevitable death, we are starting up Stage 1, City Escape. And I hope all of you at home know the words so you can sing along.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture the suspect.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Can't stick around, gotta keep moving on. Guess what lies ahead? Only one way to find out. Must keep on moving ahead. No time for guessing, just follow my lead instead. Alright, so basic controls of Sonic Adventure 2. If you have never played this before, you run with the control stick. I'm playing this on the GameCube version. Jumping is the A button. You can homing attack, which is still kind of a new concept from back in the day of the Dreamcast, by tapping the jump button again. Your B button is your somersault move. You can tap it 3 times to do a bit of that. But if you hold the button, you can do a spin dash instead. If you jump at the very end of these ramps, then you can get some extra trick points, and at the end of the stage, your score is dependent on how, you know, sorry, not your score, but your rank is dependent on how much you've scored. This is over here is the very important Chao key, and it's important in that it grants you access to the best part of the game. Literally no other reason. Whoop, well, that was fun. Let's keep going. At the end of each stage, you are graded based on the total score you achieved during the stage, the amount of rings you had, and how fast you beat the stage. If you're on a rail, you can hold B to grind faster, but you also need to position yourself a little bit to make sure you don't lose a heck of a lot of speed. If you pass a checkpoint ring after acquiring enough rings, you can get a bonus of some kind, depending on how many rings you had at the time. Now this is cool. Sonic just running down the sheer face of a building. Coming up here, though. These poles, just wait for that flick upwards, and then you can send Sonic flying. Over here is the final Chao box of each stage, and there are 3 in every stage. The final one of each stage will give you a rare animal, and the animals are not useful in the stages themselves, but they are useful for the Chao Garden. The second one will always have a random assortment. Well, I want to say a random assortment of animals, but I could be totally wrong on that. Maybe each stage has their own, like, types. But, yeah, now we are here at the coolest part of City Escape, the escape from the gun truck. GUN. I don't remember exactly what GUN stands for, though. Oh, I tried jumping and to jump off that ramp, but it's impossible to know when that ramp comes up. So for right now, we'll just continue to spin dash down. But the GUN truck has rubber band physics, so it will actually catch up to you very quick if you are not careful. Before we move on here, let's just show off this little freebie. Whistle over there by those free magazines, and you can spawn an animal. But that's stage 1 down. I'm also not gunning for A ranks in any of these. I am more than likely gonna get anywhere from B to E's.
That was cool.
So don't get used to seeing these A ranks. But anyway, we collected a Chao key from the very first Chao box, which means we are going to the Chao Garden. Easily the best part of Sonic Adventure 2. And Sonic Adventure 1, arguably. But it's way cooler in this one, in my opinion. So it's saving Chao data, which means we have now started a new Chao Garden. At least we should have. Yep, we sure have. This is a fresh save file, so here we are in a completely new Chao Garden. Just a nice, cozy area. We have 2 eggs here. If we pick one up, hold Y, shake it around a bit by using the analog stick, put it down. These eggs will eventually hatch on their own, but you can speed up the process by cozying up to it a little bit. It hatches into this little blob known as a Chao. Look at him. So this one is just a typical Chao for right now, but this one spawned in with happy eyes and a V smile. These do not affect anything. This is just how the Chaos end up becoming, you know, unique to one another. So this one is just a happy boy. And now he's making little chirps and mumbles. Let's hatch this other one. Shake it enough times and wait around. Maybe I didn't shake it enough. Let's try a little bit more. Cuddle the egg. Set it down. And then, as if like magic, another blob creature hatches from an egg. There he is. The miracle of childbirth. This one has a pretty regular face. Like, that is the standard Chao face right there. No mouth and just wide open eyes. So these guys are now our babies. If you pick them up, you can figure out their statistics. You got swim, fly, run, power, and stamina. They have their own levels, but also a point attribute for each one of them. The points are more indicative of how potent they are at each particular stat. Now, these things... I'm sorry, I hear something swimming, and I want to say it's our other Chao. Maybe I heard it just for a brief second. Anyway, these are Chaos Drives, or Chao Drives. I can never remember which. But these are how you buff your Chao's statistics. Just walk up to one of your Chao while you're holding it, and they'll absorb it. And then they get points depending on the color that you have given them. The purple Chaos Drives are Fly, the yellow ones are Swim, the red ones are Power, and the green ones are Speed, or Run, rather. However, I did not pick any Run ones up, so we cannot demonstrate what leveling that up looks like at the moment. But aside from Chaos Drives, the other way you can level up your Chao statistics are by giving... Well, if their swim isn't high enough, the Chaos will learn the hard way that they cannot swim, and they will make that sound to indicate they can't swim. So you're gonna need to get in there and rescue them. Anyway, animals are another way of buffing your Chao statistics. However, by giving your Chao animals, they also acquire body parts from said animal. So, by giving him a sheep, this guy just gained sheep ears, hands, and legs. So now he looks a little bit like a sheep. And if we were to give him the unicorn from the third Chao box in City Escape, where is he? There he is. Come here, you. Now he gets a little horn, but also changed up his hands and feet again. That's just kind of a luck of the draw thing. You can never really game what body parts the Chaos will acquire from the animals. But if you want to make your Chao look like a specific type of animal, then just keep collecting the ones you want. Another fun trick, I don't know if this is a glitch or what, but I'm going to see if I can pull it off here. When using Chaos Drives with your Chao,
Don't worry, bud.
You can make Chaos Drives infinite use if you are good enough with positioning. You need to be standing a certain distance away from your Chao, and then set down the Chaos Drive. It'll bounce up and down and then bounce away, and will still allow you to use it afterwards. Sometimes it doesn't work. You're gonna need to like be a bit more careful. But yeah, if you really want to save time on grinding out Chaos Drives, just use this little trick and you can power up their stats pretty effectively. There you go, you can have your little juice box. Another stat, stamina, you can improve for your Chao by just giving them the fruit that is around the garden. And I think it's a case of them having more stamina. Oh, this guy's got a voracious appetite. But he is not hungry right now. The higher a Chao's stamina, the sooner it will take for them to evolve. I hope that I Englished that correctly. I've observed that around level 11 of stamina means that the Chao is ready to evolve into the next stage. And depending on the statistics at the time of evolution, the Chao will take on a whole new appearance. So it's always good to buff your Chao up when they're in their infant stage, and then see what they look like when they're an adult. There's also such a thing as a affinity when it comes to Chao, like hero or dark affinity. But that is something that we'll just investigate over time. Once we leave here, we're saving Chao data, and we're moving on to stage 2. Just kidding, it's a boss fight.
Tag is boring. I'm out of here. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it
Spotted
on.
through Bigfoot reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been located.
Copy that.
Alright, so this first boss with Bigfoot is actually kind of exploitable. You don't have to wait for him to land. You just can jump on these crates and then homing attack him while he's flying around, and you can get a quicker kill on him. Normally this boss fight takes a little bit longer than what I'm making it out to be, but you can get a quick kill on him like so.
Hey guys, take care.
I can't believe Sonic just killed the police again.
What?
Ah yes, the backwards do not enter sign behind Bigfoot. But also,
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power.
That's the Chaos Emerald.
guys, can you speak up a little bit? The music is a little loud.
Now I know what's going on. The military has mistaken me for the likes of you.
Or can someone turn down the music, please?
Where do you think you're going with that emerald? Say something, you fake hedgehog!
Chaos control!
Sonic just turns around and kicks Shadow in the back of the head.
He's fast! Hey, it's not his speed. He must be using the Chaos Emerald to warp. Shadow.
Everyone talks over one another in this game, and if you're listening to the English voices, get used to that. Keep your hands, Sonic. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the city?
Just let it go. You just don't know when to give up, do you?
What are you talking about? That emerald's mine. You got that? The Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emerald. That makes it very powerful. What the? Look who's calling who at me.
Suddenly, Dr. Robotnik.
I came here following the signal from the Emerald. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Master Emerald, is it not? Dr. Eggman.
So that's Dr. Eggman.
Well, I guess I can use it for something. I'll just take it with me. Farewell, knucklehead. Not if I can help it.
Well, if you can't have it, no one can.
What?
What?
What was that all about? And look what you did to my emerald.
I did that to prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen, you idiot. If it's in pieces, I can restore it. And by the way, that's not your emerald.
Doesn't matter. I'll look into it once I get back to the base.
Well, bye, Eggman. Don't know what you did here outside of show Rouge the Bat who you are.
I despise anyone who takes jewels from me. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
And then DC sued Sega. Anyway, Wild Canyon, our first Knuckles stage. Knuckles stages are treasure hunts. You need to find the 3 pieces of the Master Emerald in every stage. His controls are pretty similar to Sonic, at least, you know, feeling like the same. You jump with the A button. Knuckles can also glide by pressing the jump button again while he's in midair. And I did not mean to push the B button there, but every time you interact with those monitors, they will give you a hint as to where the next emerald piece is. The radar at the bottom will only ever ping for the very next emerald piece you're looking for. But the more of those you interact with, the lower your score when collecting the emerald pieces will be. Let's see. We're pinging green, so we're getting kind of close to it, but it's not really around us right now. When it starts pinging yellow, we're getting even closer. And once it starts pinging red, we are very close. In fact, I see it right there. There we go.
I found him.
That might be an A rank.
Yeah, this is perfect.
And we go to Chao Garden, although I guess we don't really need to. Because we didn't pick up any animals or chaos drives. I guess I will show off the Chao Kindergarten, because I'm pretty sure that gets unlocked now. And loading times for the Chao World on the GameCube version of this. Little bit, also this is a swag walk if I've ever seen one. Anyway, now that we've unlocked the Chao Garden and hatched our first Chaos, the Kindergarten opens up. So we have the Chao Garden and the Chao Kindergarten. Feel like there's some homonymity, you know what I mean, going on here. We have the classroom here. If you have the ability to take a Chao into the kindergarten, then just bring them to the classroom. They can learn a new skill. Not that the skill really does anything, it's just something cute. Next we have the principal's office, where you can learn about the various aspects of Chao World. Just ask him for some tips. Actually, he's the Chao Doctor. The Chao Doctor. So, if you ever need tips on what you gotta do for your Chao, just come over here and ask him some questions. Next, we have the Health Center, which is how you gauge your Chao's potential, if you can bring them in here. Next up on our tour of the kindergarten is the fortune-telling house, where you do not... Ironically, you do not get your fortune told. This is the name raider, basically. Also kind of creepy that there is a Chao skull in the back there on the table next to the goldfish bowl. A little bit voodoo-y. And also the black market, which is basically your shop for Chao items. All the rings you've collected in the stages thus far can be spent here. If you want to buy fruit, which each Chao has their own favorite type of fruit. Seeds, which your Chao really cannot do anything with. Ah, yes, 0 rings for this triangle seed. And square seed, convenient. And a mushroom, which is just a food item. And if you collect more emblems, then the black market will stock rarer and cooler items. So, be sure to come back to the black market every now and then to see what new items there are. But like I said, there wasn't anything really acquired in that last stage, so we'll move on to the next level anyway. Alright, so Tails in his plane. Get used to seeing him in his plane, the flying aircraft that it is.
Military base that is reinforced and super strong. It's called Prison Island. I heard the news about it on satellite TV.
Tails is a real anime protagonist because he's giving exposition about something to no one except the audience.
Wait for me, okay, Sonic? I'm on my way. What? Hey, look, it's Amy. And Eggman, too. What's Amy doing here? Doesn't matter. I have to help Amy because she's in danger. Tornado transformation!
Oh, And here we go. Tails no longer is wielding a plane, or maybe he still is, but anyway, now he's in a mech. Tails in this game, you cannot play stages as him flying around. You have to play as him in the mech. And this is our first rival encounter against Dr. Eggman. The mech combat is pretty simple. Just walk around and press the B button to activate your laser. And if you highlight over somebody while you're holding the laser and let go, then a homing shot will fire off. But you can also, just by tapping the button, you'll be able to fire tiny little bullets. So it's potentially quicker to shoot them with the bullets as opposed to the homing shot. And if you're up close and personal to somebody, then you can press the B button and you'll punch them. Not a viable attack option, though. Look at those polygonal seagulls.
This time I'll let you go, but the next time we meet, you won't be so lucky.
Wow, Tails, you did it! But what are you doing here on this island? I'm the one who should be asking that question.
Tails, can you turn down your music, please?
It's dangerous here?
Your speaker system is impressive, I get it, but literally no one can hear each other.